These names look bad. Your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you. And then they gonna tell you, come here. Now you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
You've been diagnosed with COPD, but breathing seems to be getting harder. Everyday activities, walking to the mailbox, going up the stairs, talking on the phone take more effort than they used to. You're short of breath more often. Flare-ups are happening more frequently. And slowly, life starts to feel smaller. Is this you? If your COPD symptoms are getting worse, there may be options that can help you breathe easier and get back to doing more of what matters to you. That could mean walking further, spending more time with family and friends, feeling more confident leaving the house, and getting back to the life you want to live. If your COPD is changing, it's time to have a conversation with your doctor. Visit the COPD Foundation website at isthisyoucopd.org to learn the signs of severe and worsening COPD and the right questions to ask next. Take action today. Breathe better tomorrow.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's Vader time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio. Giving you his authentic and bold opinions. Bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I'm your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Walton. We're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. You can call in and text in to the greatest 60 minutes in radio by hitting us up on the Truth Talking text line at 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talking text line at 833-212-1017. 1017. You can also watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That is 1017 The Truth on YouTube. We can always give us a like. You can give us a share. You can give us a subscribe so you don't miss any of your favorite award-winning 1017 The Truth shows. Shout out to my... before I do that, we back on YouTube today. We had a little technical difficulties. Shout out to Brother Z holding it down on the ones and the twos and getting us all together. And shout out to you, Truth Nation. Happy to be back. Happy to be back on YouTube. Shout out to those listening on the radio as well. Truth Nation, now, for those who did not hear the announcement yesterday, Friday will be my last show on 1017 The Truth. With the transition, I'm staying with Good Karma Brands. I'll still be doing my radio show 2 to 5 on ESPN Wisconsin, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, Kyle and Bruss. In addition to that, I'll be doing some more stuff around here as well. But the podcast will live on. The podcast will definitely live on. So make sure y'all download, and I should say subscribe to the Truth to Power podcast. Make sure y'all still subscribe to the Truth to Power podcast because I'll still be dropping stuff on there. I'll still be doing some, I'll still be streaming live. Got to get everything figured out on the YouTubes, but definitely make sure y'all subscribe to the 1017 The Truth, subscribe to the Truth to Power podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen. Make sure you subscribe there because that's where I will continue to bring it for y'all each and every week. And we'll find out more about how the YouTubes is going to work. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the Truth to Power podcast as we continue these conversations. But Truth Nation, again, I'm so excited about, what the future holds for both the Truth, and so excited for what the future holds for me as well. But again, I made the announcement yesterday on the show that Friday will be my last day. I'll keep letting everybody know about that as well. Until Friday, I'll keep everybody updated. But again, my last day on these airwaves of 1017 The Truth, my baby, this is my baby, will be on Friday. And again, what a ride it was for the last 6 years, and what a ride it was on air with y'all, man. I mean, since January 20th of 2025, it's been fun. It's been really, really fun. I've enjoyed every single moment of it. And again, one of these, maybe Thursday, I'll probably take some time to reminisce and look back and tell the story of the Truth. Tell y'all all the behind the scenes stuff, how we picked and how the conversations really went with all the hosts when we were hitting up all the hosts and different ideas that we had. Maybe I'll even share with y'all some of the drama. But it was a heck of a journey. But again, make sure y'all subscribe to the Truth to Power podcast so you don't miss any of Truth to Power as we continue on with Truth to Power after that. But with that being said, Truth Nation, off the top today, I got to talk about these folks. Woke up this morning, you got yourself.
Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Off the Top on Truth to Power. Kyle, let Truth Nation know what you got to get off your chest today.
Truth Nation, I want to ask a question. And Brother Z, I'm going to have you poll it. I'm going to have you poll it on YouTube. I'm going to ask y'all a question. It's a serious question. Would you allow your 16-year-old to get married? 833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talking text line. You can call in, text in your thoughts to that. But you can go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And would you allow your 16-year-old to get married? I want y'all to ponder that. That's the question that I do have. And again, I'm finna let it all hang out this week. This is my last week, so we're gonna talk about it. If I ruffle any feathers, oh well. So I'm going to be bringing it. Call me the can man, because everybody going to get it this week. And we're going to start with these crazy folks, some of these Republican white folks. And I want to let people know that I appreciate white people. I do. I just told y'all about my bachelor party. I had a white friend that was there. I love white people. I do. I really do. And I stand by the ones that stand by us and stand on our side. The ones that want to work to eliminate many of the systemic barriers which have been holding us back. But man, oh man, there are some weird folks out there, some weird ones, some different ones. Hell, a very weird one is running for the governor of the state of Wisconsin. His name is Tom Tiffany. Weird white guy. Very weird white guy. But Truth Nation, I stumbled across a story yesterday. Or excuse me, it was last week. My days are still all messed up. But I stumbled across a story last week where I heard about Watertown High School. They were having a symphony. Their high school symphony orchestra had been preparing for a concert for months. Been preparing for it for months, only to have a hiccup come and being told that they cannot perform a certain song. One of the songs they were performing had an LGBTQ ties called Mother of the Revolution. This piece was written 7 years ago. And it was inspired by Marsha Johnson, a trans woman who many people have heard of, who was part of the 1968 Stonewall Uprising, which was a key moment in the LGBTQ community's rights, fight for their rights. So this happened in 1968. The song was just written 7 years ago. The piece, I should say. The piece was written 7 years ago, the musical piece. But since it had a connection to the LGBTQ community, it was inspired by, I shouldn't even say a connection, it was inspired by Stonewall, the school board at Watertown High School said, oh, you can't play the song. That's what they said. A song that was written about a movement 50 years ago. A piece. Instruments playing. Instruments, music, sound, instrumental. Was banned because of it, the inspiration behind the song. And to me, that is crazy. It's crazy. And what drives me even more crazy about these hateful white people is that they don't even know how hateful they are. They don't even know the decisions that they make, how hateful and despicable they are. These folks will find an issue with a musical piece that is just instrumentals, but will sit there and put a damn Confederate flag sticker on the back of their truck as if that isn't offensive. Right here in Watertown, Wisconsin, you will find somebody with a bumper sticker that has a Confederate flag on it from a damn South that was trying to eliminate the way that we were living here in Wisconsin. You're a traitor. These are the same people who will rep and play Kid Rock music and be happy about Kid Rock playing his halftime show, even though Kid Rock has used the N-word. These are the same people who will hear a song called Try That in a Small Town by Jason Aldean, where the video was filmed. The music video was filmed. A part of it was filmed at a historic location where a lynching happened in America and not bat an eye. These are the same folks. So they mad that somebody was inspired by the actions of people fighting for equal rights. But at the same time, they okay with people saying the N-word. They okay with the Confederate flag. That is what's happening in racist-ass Watertown. These folks are worried about the wrong things right here in Wisconsin. A song, a symphony song. So we're not even talking about lyrics. We're talking about instruments being played, a flute, a clarinet, a trumpet being played is a problem because where it came from the inspiration came from something that they did not like. These white folks, not only do they hate black people, but some of these folks hate gay people. It's crazy to me. Now, this only gets worse because today, listen, I'm exposing the hypocrisy of whiteness here in America today. In Truth Nation, I stumbled across another story from Oklahoma. Now, this one I thought was ridiculous. Oklahoma became only the 17th state to ban child marriage. And I personally think that's great. Sounds like a win to me. I don't know why all 50 states haven't done that yet. But what got me was the fact that banning child marriage in the state of Oklahoma wasn't a unanimous decision. It was a controversial decision. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube to hear the reaction from an Oklahoma state politician who is outraged that teenagers can no longer get married in Oklahoma.
Marriage, that it's pedophilia. I mean, it's crazy because we already have a current bill. So we're voting on the current bill, and they're wanting to change the current bill. So the current bill allows you, a parent, to give permission to a 16-year-old to get married. What they want to change that to is now an 18-year-old would be the only age you could get married at. So they want to take away the parents' right to give a 16-year-old permission to get married. Now, in cases of pregnancy, or there are cases where a parent might want to give their kid permission to get married, and I think that's between those young people and the parents. And so I don't think the government should be telling us, the people, what to do with our kids. If you disagree with me, I understand that. We should all be able to disagree, have discourse, and take the vote. But at the end of the day, I just think the parents ought to decide. And there are situations that would, and I know hundreds of people who got married because of those reasons. Or I even know a few who got married at 17.
I know hundreds of people that got married at 16. When they were 17 years old. We can have a polite discourse. Dog, ain't no damn discourse about when it comes to child marriage. Ain't no discourse. I think it is gross. It's a gross thing to stand 10 toes down on. Yes, a 20-something-year-old sleeping with a 16-year-old is statutory rape. That's what this man is advocating for. It is disgusting for any grown man to be fantasizing about children. A 16-year-old is a child. That is a child. And if you voted on YouTube, go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube, where you can vote in the poll. Would you allow your 16-year-old to get married? Please call in or message and tell me why. Tell me how you think that is right. Because I think these Oklahoma Republicans are ass backwards. To think it is a burden to make a child wait until they're 18 years old to get married is a crazy thought. A crazy thought. There is nothing in the world that a 16-year-old should be getting. There's no reason in the world why a 16-year-old should be getting married. And ain't no reason in the world why a 20-some-year-old or a 30-some-year-old should be marrying no damn 16-year-old. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Now, there was also something in that conversation that I thought was extremely hypocritical, where this man said the reason he was against the bill, he said the reason he was against the bill that bans people under the 18 from getting married was because he believes it was taking away parents' rights. That's what he said. And I find that to be hilarious that these are the people talking about taking away parental rights. They cannot be serious. Again, these people think y'all freaking stupid. And maybe actually, some of y'all are freaking stupid, because some of y'all will hear that and say, yeah, you can't mess with my rights. Do y'all realize in the state of Oklahoma, they have some of the most restrictive abortion ban laws in this country? That's what the state of Oklahoma has. In the state of Oklahoma, a woman can get raped by her father and be forced to carry that child to full term. Let that sink in. This man was talking about parental rights and having a choice to control what's happening with your family. And in Oklahoma, a 14-year-old can be raped by her daddy and be forced to give birth to that child. That's the sick state we talking about. Abortion is completely banned in Oklahoma with no exceptions for rape or incest, and only allowed if necessary to save the pregnant person's life. Crazy. And this man talking about parental rights. I'm telling y'all, these folks get up here and they talk out of both sides of their neck. They say one thing and then they don't apply it to everything. And one thing y'all learned about me since January of 2020 is Kyle Walls, I don't talk out of both sides of my neck. If I believe something is supposed to be this way, I don't give a damn who it is. Hell, I saw my post on Facebook. Thank you, Brother Z, for getting that posted up. I see people upset. Oh, you're coming for the Democrats. Hell yeah, I'm coming for them. I'm coming for anybody that makes a decision that negatively impacts human beings. That's who I come for. And when I look at a situation like this, ain't no reason in the world why a 16-year-old needs to get married to no grown-ass man. But it's hilarious that this man got up here from Oklahoma talking about parental rights. Well, we know damn well Republicans don't care about rights, and they for sure don't care about parental rights. This is a state where it's a felony for healthcare providers to perform gender-affirming medical procedures such as surgeries or hormone therapy for transgender minors. Again, I may not agree with gender-affirming care. That may not be the thing that me and mine are going to choose to do. But guess what? The key word is what me and mine is going to choose to do. I may not be pro-abortion, but you know what? It's not for me to decide what somebody else does, a decision that parents make for their family. Only thing I can control is the Wallace household. Me and baby girl, we control ours. That's the only thing I can control. I can't tell nobody else how to live their life. Now, I can give examples, I can give guidance, I can give help, but I cannot tell anybody else how to live their life. These white Republicans are the biggest hypocrites on planet Earth. People like this guy are the worst of us, Truth Nation. They are. They are absolutely the worst of us. Because they believe their view, their vision on life in the world shall apply to everybody. If it ain't about stealing, killing, raping, assaulting people, then know what? Go ahead, do what you want to do. If you want to go on benders, doing drugs and drinking alcohol, that's on you. I don't suggest it, but if you do that, you go ahead and do that. That's your life decision. If you feel like you want to have you want to have an abortion, then go ahead and do that. But one thing I ain't for saying a 22-year-old should marry some 16-year-old. That is freaking disgusting, and it's disturbing that
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 19th.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in May 19th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
Hello?
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, You made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs, serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
If a tow truck appears on the scene minutes after your auto accident, think twice before handing them your keys. You may be the target of a common towing scam, which results in being billed several $1,000s. Don't allow any unsolicited tow operators to take your car from the scene. Consult with police or your insurance provider to contact a reputable company. Agree on the rate. And know where they are taking your vehicle. If you suspect insurance fraud, call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I'm your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace, and we're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Truth Nation, before we get back into it, the Memorial Day sale is going on right now at Steinhoffel's, and honestly, it's the perfect time to get your home ready for summer. Save up to 30% store-wide, plus get amazing deals like beauty sleep mattresses for just $3.99. Plus, they're offering Steinhoffel's 18 months, 0% financing, so your dream space is well within reach. Head into Steinhoffel's or shop anytime at steinhoffels.com. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale at Steinhoffel's. Y'all better go there. Steinhoffel's, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I'm your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace, and I'm in the American Family Insurance Studio, but you know what? I don't know. My last week we got some technical difficulties. All the mics in the studio went out, so now I'm back here kicking it with DJ Brother Z. We're working on getting a camera up and running so everybody can see what's popping and going on, Truth Nation. But we got it, so it sounds good. And so, Truth Nation, as I was saying, I was going on my rant because I just think these people are hypocrites. I think they're sick hypocrites. That's the biggest issue that I have, is that these folks will tell you, hey, we want parents to have a choice to to have a say in their family's life. And, we as politicians shouldn't tell families and parents what to do. But it seems to me Republicans are always telling people what they can and can't do with their kids or what they can and can't do with their bodies. And as I was saying before, I'm not for, I'm not anti, I'm pro-choice, but I definitely ain't telling nobody to get an abortion. I want kids to be happy, but I'm definitely not saying go ahead and get that gender-affirming care. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is I'm not your parent. I can't tell you what to do. It ain't my body. I can't tell somebody what to do. So I think it's hysterical and hypocritical for somebody to use the excuse for parental rights in a state that has completely banned abortions. Craziness. But Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. Now I need to switch over to these Trump folks. Because he on my list today, too, because I saw some stuff when I was riding down to Nashville. And I saw that Donald Trump is once again trying to bring in more white South Africans to replace black people. That's what he's trying to do. Now, Truth Nation, y'all might say, oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean by that. Is that this administration has displayed quite a few racist characteristics. I've seen them do a lot of racist things, a lot of racist policies, a lot of things that have negatively impacted us in our country. There was a tragic shooting at an Islamic center in San Diego yesterday, and that center actually housed a school. It is currently being investigated as a hate crime. Now, I can't sit here and say Donald Trump, it was his fault why this happened, because I do not know. But what I will say is when you have rhetoric like the president has where he is spewing hate, where he is talking about so poorly about Muslim people, sometimes that allows for people to have that same hate, create hate, because people love Donald Trump. So that hate he spews fuels people to commit some of these horrific acts. So I can't sit here and say it was his fault, but what I can say is when the rhetoric is so high, it can have results like this. The president's comments about this were reserved, and they were fine. But the one thing I will say is when there were people who were white or people in the Jewish community who had to deal with anti-Semitism, he had a lot more fury coming out. His response was calling people evil and blaming the deranged left. But yesterday when this happened, he had a more, calm reaction because in the back of his mind, he understands the damn rhetoric that he has could have contributed to this. The man y'all voted for has racist and offensive tendencies. And I cannot believe y'all allow for him to be back in office to continue to destroy our country, the fabric of our country that we tried to build up. Now, this country, as y'all know, is not a great one. It has its flaws, but there's no other country I would rather live. But one thing, a lot of these black folks who voted for Trump and voted for this man don't ever want to address is they don't want to address the fact that he is allowing white South Africans to come here to this country. That is what he is doing. News just broke last night that Donald Trump and his administration are looking to bring in more South Africans, and I'm going to talk about that next, why Donald Trump is trying to bring in more white South Africans, which is now causing black people to lose jobs. But remember, y'all was crying, y'all was concerned, y'all was mad. The migrants were taking your jobs. Now these damn white South Africans done came in and took y'all jobs, and now y'all want to be silent. I'm going to tell y'all how white South Africans are coming to our country and they are trying to replace us, and the Trump administration is advocating for it. It's Truth to Power. We'll have more next.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Hey, Joe, working again? Retirement was boring, huh?
Not boring. Expensive. Food, medicine, rent. Social Security just isn't enough.
I know, and that's why I used benefitscheckup.org. It connected me to an extra $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month?
Benefitscheckup.org is a free service from the National Council on Aging.
Free? I'm going to benefitscheckup.org today.
This sports update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers haven't lost to the Cubs since October 9th of 2025 during Game 4 of the NLDS. Yesterday's game ended with the Brewers win 9-3 with a wild game from Yelich.
0-1, and Yelich a fly ball down the left field line, and it is going to be a fair ball. It lands and then kicks into foul territory. One run is in. Stopping at third is Contreras, and Yelich with a bloop double to add to the lead. It is 9-3 Milwaukee.
Lane Grindle on the second game against the Cubs begins at 6:40 tonight. The New York Times is out with its anonymous players poll, and one of the questions is, where will Giannis play next year? The Milwaukee Bucks sit at 46%, the Miami Heat sit at 23%, New York Knicks sit at 16%, and Los Angeles Lakers sit at 3%. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
Make sure y'all go to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube. My video's back. I'm back. You can see me on YouTube by going to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube as we broadcast live here from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Yes, it is my last show week that I'll have here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, but we're going to go out with a bang. We're going to definitely go out with a bang. And Truth Nation, before we went to break, I was talking about the fact that some of y'all black folks voted for the demise of the black community. Y'all did. Unemployment rate is up for the black community, and now you got these white South Africans who are coming into our country, and they're taking jobs away from black people. News just broke yesterday that Donald Trump administration is looking to bring in 10,000 additional white South Africans this year. The president claimed that these white South Africans were refugees and having to deal with all type of hate and all type of things and persecution in this country, in their country of South Africa, and it turns out that stuff isn't true. The problem that he had is that he saw some white people in South Africa struggling. He saw some of these folks not having the ability to prosper. He saw some of them, maybe, there was some hate that happened. But wasn't folks being persecuted, wasn't people being attacked. But he was so appalled that some of these white South Africans may have been getting treated like black people here in America that he said, I want to bring them here to America. I want to bring my white brothers to America because they can't be treated that way in South Africa. Now, what I'm going to tell y'all is this. is that it was all a farce because right in South Africa, do y'all realize that 4.5 times, South Africans earn 4.5 times on average more than black people in South Africa? They earn 4.5 times more money than black people in South Africa. Do y'all realize there's a huge wealth gap on average between white households and black South African households, or I should say the real South African households? Y'all realize they're talking about, white farmers are having their land stolen from them. White farmers make up 75% of all privately owned land in South Africa. So I don't know what in the hell this administration is talking about. They make up 75% of all private land ownership while making up only 8% of the population. So I don't think that's anything when it comes to persecution. It's just an excuse. These white South Africans have it better in South Africa than what we have here in America. Let that sink in. We make up more than 8% of the population here in America, and they make up 8% in South Africa, and they own 75% of all private farms. That's what they have there. And they're being persecuted? Hell no. Not the case. They're not being killed. They're not being enslaved. It's not the case. He's bringing over poor whites who are making excuses for their own failures in their country. It's crazy. They share the whole theory of pick yourself up by the bootstraps. But again, that only applies to people they wanted to apply to. And now they bringing in these white South Africans and they are taking black farmers' jobs right here in America. In Mound Bayou, Mississippi, black unemployment is going through the roof right now. And the reason why it's going through the roof is because there are white South Africans who are moving to that community. And they are taking jobs away from black people. And now Donald Trump is advocating to bring more to this country, which is going to negatively impact the African American community. Truth Nation, what we finna do is this. I'm gonna do a little switcheroo. We doing this live. It is what it is. I'm gonna get back in my studio because y'all know I don't like sitting down during the show. So I'm gonna stand up here, Brother Z. We're gonna walk over there, and I'm about to go into the studio. Y'all gonna give me 10 seconds to make my switcheroo. We got everything fixed, so I need to go back to the main studio. All right, we back. We back, Truth Nation. I ain't like being inside of there. But my whole point is this, is that black people are losing their jobs down in Mississippi. And the whole thing that people were mad about during the last election is they were saying, we're losing our jobs to these Mexicans. That's what they claimed. Well, what I'm telling y'all, that is these people have these racist policies, and these racist policies are put in place to benefit white people. That's what this administration is doing. No one can justify saying we don't want Mexican migrants and immigrants, but we're going to bring in the white ones. How does that make sense? 833-212-1017. Somebody, please explain that to me. I really want to hear from y'all. Y'all can call in. Y'all can text in. Explain to me how you can sit up here and vote for this damn clown and Donald Trump and sit up here and hear him talking about all these Mexicans taking these jobs and these immigrants and these migrants taking these jobs and having an anti-refugee policy only for him to make an exception for white South Africans to come here. I just don't understand how y'all are so silent. How are y'all silent when black people are losing their jobs in America, but then black people are losing their jobs to white South Africans? No one can justify saying we don't like refugees from war-torn countries coming to our country, but then you say we're going to bring in these white South Africans. You have people in Sudan, in South Sudan, Syria, Myanmar, and Somalia, where these countries have millions of people who have been killed. Hundreds of millions of people who are in need of urgent humanitarian needs. But our country has closed the door on them to get here. And so when you allow for things like that to happen and you buy into it, what you're buying into is you are buying into white supremacy. That is what that is. Instead of doing the humane thing and really focusing on people who are in need, people are dying in all these countries across this globe. Real refugees Real people who fear for their lives. Not these fake-ass South Africans ain't fearing for their lives. And again, this isn't just me being hateful or spiteful. This is me being honest and truthful. Millions of people in Sudan alone have been killed and persecuted. Hundreds of millions of people across this globe are in a humanitarian crisis. And we cannot sit here and say we don't want those refugees, but those light pigmentation, vitamin D deficient folks need to come here. That doesn't make sense to me. Trump does the racist thing, and he says these white South Africans have lost their land, despite me letting you know that white South Africans own 75% of all private land in South Africa, where they only make up 8% of the population. If black people own 75% of all the private farmland here in America, these white folks would have been outraged. They would have burned it down. And you know how I know they would have burned it to the ground? Because they did it across our country for decades and years. They have this victim mentality when they see some white people not succeeding. Not even this country. They look at white South Africans and they sympathize with them more than they sympathize with what we go through here in America as African Americans. We have a president that is perpetuating a lie about the persecution that white South Africans are going through. Truth Nation, there is no evidence to show that white South Africans are facing higher crime than real South Africans. And when I say real South Africans, I'm talking about the black people from South Africa, not the folks that came and stole the land. And to give y'all the facts, the real victims of crime, the real victims who are attacked in South Africa are black people. 75%. 75% of the victims of crime in South Africa are black people. They're the ones affected by murder and assault and severe bodily harm. It's South Africans, black South Africans, real South Africans. Meanwhile, the crybaby-ass white South Africans, they make up about 8% of the population and are victims on average about 6% of the crime. So they're selling you a lie only to bring white farmers here to replace your black ass. And some of you black folks is sitting here saying, we love Trump. You want to ignore that. Y'all hate the damn Mexicans, but y'all love these white folks. Some of y'all need to have some self-confidence in who you are. Some of y'all look to white folks to boost up your confidence. Listen, I love white people. My girl white. But she know good and damn well I stand 10 toes down. I don't need a white person to give me any type of courage. I don't need a white person to give me any type of confidence. All I need is me. So some of you black folks who do stuff to get as close to white people as possible because you think it will give you favor. You think it will make you elevate in your career. You a sellout. And sitting quietly while black people are losing jobs to white South Africans, while Donald Trump is talking about bringing more, you know what that's going to result in? More black people losing their jobs. And this whole they killing white farmers is a lie. It's a lie. Less than 1% of all farmers who were killed in South Africa were white farmers. And let me say that again. Less than 1% of everybody killed in South Africa were white farmers. So your president is a racist, and the policies he has are racist. They don't really care about folks being persecuted, y'all. They care about white folks being persecuted, which doesn't even exist in South Africa. So yes, I'm upset about this because I'm mad about it. I'm mad that so many of y'all sat here and supported a man that does not support our community. Our unemployment rate is high. And what frustrates me so much is that y'all was mad at Joe Biden. Y'all took shots at Kamala Harris. Y'all hated the Democrats. But when the Republicans ain't giving you a pot to pee in, they're not giving you anything. They're taking away diversity, equity, inclusion. They're taking away the things that gave us an equal playing field. They're taking away representation of African Americans in the South. Y'all sit quietly. Where does that level of self-hate come from? How do you hate people who give you a little bit and love people who give you nothing. That's what confuses me about some of these black folks who vote Republican. They rather get nothing than get something. And then when they have the other people in power, they don't even hold them accountable. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talking text line. Callie, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What are your thoughts on today's show?
What's going on, Kyle? We gonna miss you, baby. I swear we gonna miss you when you gone, brother.
I'm gonna still be streaming on Truth to Power podcast. I'm still gonna be on YouTube. I can't announce where the platform gonna be at because we gotta finalize this up. But just know I'm GKB. I'm Good Karma Brands, and you already know we got multiple stations here. So me and Tori Lowe, we still gonna be popping. But what are your thoughts here, Callie?
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say this, Kyle. You were spot on in everything you said, brother. The problem is that a lot of us as black folks, we have gotten to a place of complacement. Like we're cool with the status quo. We're not angry enough yet. I mean, literally, Kyle, like this past weekend, I believe they had a march on Edmonton Pettus Bridge for the same thing we marched for in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man is clearly turning back the clock. We're not angry enough. We're still sitting on our hands. We're still saying we're not going to get out here and we're not going to this and that. But it's time. It's time now. Because all this is that he's doing is bringing those folks over is population control. He understands that their time, the European time has been up. They're losing numbers. So what better way to do that than to bring other people that look like me over here so that I can strengthen those numbers? They did the same thing back in the day with the Italians. They did the same things with the Irish. When their numbers got low, they let them in. Oh, yeah, come on in. And before that, they was disrespected. They were like black people over here. But then when they realized the numbers add up, they was like, yeah, come on in. That's all this is. This is just a thing with numbers, man.
100, Callie, you are absolutely right. And the thing is Callie's not making any of that up, and it's factual. They understand the people inside the White House. Read Project 2025. Read it, and you'll find out more information. But 833-212-1017. Josh, what's happening? What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Hey, Kyle. Just a couple things. So your last caller just said the Europeans, that's my heritage, we're losing our numbers because European countries are being invaded by blacks and browns and being slaughtered. You mentioned Sudan. They are being killed by black and brown Muslims. White people ain't slaughtering them. Y'all want to cry about white people. We make up 8 to 10% of the population now compared to about 30% in 1900. Y'all have killed us off.
You talking about
you're going to keep killing us off.
Where have you killed us off? Where have white people been killed off? Can you send me that? I'm trying to explain. And what country have white people been killed off at, Josh?
France has been overthrown.
No,
the
killed.
UK has been invaded.
So wait. So what are the statistics? What's the white population in France?
White people are now the minority. Well, in the UK, white people are now the minority. There are more, percentage-wise, there are more people of color in the UK than there are white people.
Wait. Come on. Explain it to me. So what you're saying is there's more. So when you go to descent, right? Who has the most descent? Is it just like what type of white people lead the population in UK?
Well, British nationals are not the majority anymore.
Okay,
the biggest cities in the UK have been overthrown by Muslim invaders.
Why are they invaders? What makes them invaders?
Because they are all illegal immigrants.
How are they illegal immigrants? How did that happen?
Because they are floating over on boats across the channel.
So why doesn't the UK do anything about that?
Because they have been overthrown. The government has been overthrown, invaded by Muslim immigrants.
I'm looking up. So your UK population. The UK population is predominantly white. The ethnic breakup, it looks like it's 81% white, 9% Asian, 4.2% Black Caribbean, Black British, and 3% other.
So I'm trying to figure out where you got. You said they're invaded, and so what we can't do, Josh, is we can't just take propaganda and spew it and not have facts. Did he just hang up?
No, I hung up on him.
No,
We're running out of time.
No, we are running out. My whole thing is this: is that you can't. When I ask for numbers and things, you can't say they're being invaded. How so? What's happening? You said what?
But that's typical Trump logic. I don't know why.
That's the and I know I've met Josh before. And I don't know him like that. He's a listener of shows. And my thing is this, is that y'all, you people who think that black people or people of color are taking over things, we're not. We're not. And again, the logic of, oh, they're invading. I say, okay, so they're being killed. Where at? Well, they're taking over and invading. Okay, where are they taking over and invading? In the UK, they're now people of color. He grouped people of color all together. He said, I'm gonna put all minorities in this world together, and they're overtaking London. He didn't even say London, he said the whole UK. They're overtaking London, the UK. And then when I give them facts and the numbers, it's like, oh well. No, text in. Josh, text me the link that you have. But that's my whole point. Is that again, there is this mentality and this fear that white people are losing their power. And that is exactly why Donald Trump is bringing in these white South Africans. He said he is not going to take any refugees, but he took the white South Africans, and now they taking black people's jobs. And a lot of you black people that was shucking and jiving for these damn Republicans is sitting quietly and following behind mass ass. It's Truth to Power with Kyle Walls. We'll wrap up the show next.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
An unsuspecting driver at a gas station in Wisconsin.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Great.
Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
I never wear my seatbelt.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him real good.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Donald Driver. It takes 1 second to strap a seatbelt on. Well, let's do this. Let's do it together. Now, don't that feel better?
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways.
And I should have recognized your voice when you're harassing.
I'm watching you.
Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field, featuring live performances by Rick Ross, Genuine, Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, Petey Pablo, Jaquan, and Milwaukee's very own Big Frank. It's Milwaukee's biggest throwback party of the summer, all for $29. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic lucha libre wrestling, an exotic car showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant, art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets now at tacosandtequilafestival.com.
Not every order is a big order, but it still matters. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, there are no minimums. So whether you need one shirt or 100, you still get the same personalized service, hands-on design help, and high-quality results. Sometimes it's a small team, a quick idea, or something you just want to get right the first time. It's custom apparel without the pressure. Perfect for your business, event, and team. Big Frog makes it easy to create exactly what you need with a local team ready to help every step of the way. Get started today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
1, 2, 3, ho!
It's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. If you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, y'all know what to do. Call Gruber Law Offices. I did that. They won my case. I want them to win your case as well. Remember, you never pay a single penny until they win your case, and they have a track record of results that speak for themselves. So contact them today at 414-276-6666 or visit them at gruber-law.com. It's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. You can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. This is my last week of shows. So if I get a little over, if I start yelling too much, it's okay. Because you're going to miss me when I'm gone now. I'm going to have a podcast, the Truth to Power podcast. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it we'll be on YouTube, Apple Music, Google Play, TuneIn. Like, I'll still be in all those different places as we transition stuff, but you'll still be able to find the Truth to Power podcast. You'll still be able to find Tori Lowe. We staying here, and we still gonna be rocking it. But Truth Nation, for today's show, I just want to let y'all know that some of y'all are sheep.
And some of y'all voted for white supremacy, and this is exactly what you get. You get black people losing jobs to white immigrants, not because they don't want to work, but because these white people would rather hire white South Africans than black people. This president stopped allowing refugees to America, but made an exception for white South Africans who have a horrific history of racism towards black people. That is the truth. These people are the descendants of racist individuals who stole land, persecuted, discriminated, raped, and tortured black people in South Africa, their own country. They stole their power in their own country. They locked up their leaders in their own country. These are the people that Donald Trump feels for, sympathizes for. He feels bad for them, and he wants to bring to this country. Y'all need to rethink that vote. But it has been Truth to Power with Kyle Walls here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. The Tory Lowe Show is up next from 1 to 4. Peace out, Truth Nation. I'll be back tomorrow. I love y'all.
I need some money. Do you need some money?